What's up? What's up, Wheatfield? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Wheatfield. This is your girl, La T, here at Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough, never know what you're going to get. What you getting tonight? A late night reading. We got some energy, and we have no idea what's going on and why we feel like this, but we definitely feel a little bit restless, and we figured, why not just come on down and give the message. So if you are wanting to sit through the spell and see what the hell this energy is all about, sit, chill, vibe with your girl. And if you like the message by the end of it, subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you really care about it, share it out. You know what I mean? And again, if you want to get this spell on a daily, go ahead on and hit that noti bell. Y'all know how it go. You know how it go. Welcome to Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough never know what you gonna get. You just never know. I have no idea what this energy is. I don't, but I feel restless. I feel like someone who has just crossed the threshold and they have no idea what to do with this energy. Like giddy, like, okay, I done been through the fire and I came through. I don't smell like smoke, look like smoke, or nothing, but what do I do at this point? Like, to what? Like, standing in a whole field of possibility, like a whole new world has just opened up to you, and you're like standing there in awe, like, what do I do? I'm not who I used to be, and I'm on a pathway of discovery to who I'm developing into, and I really just don't know what to do. What do I do? That's how I feel. So I don't know if somebody out there is feeling that way. Spirit says yes, affirm. Thank you, Holy Father. Thank you, Father, for being with us, the infinite intelligence of the all, the breath of life. Yes, my ancestors and my spiritual guides, yes, thank you so much for being here with me. We know that there may be other energies here as well. Father, please block them out. Pull me into your holiest of holies, into your bright light. Father, protect me in this space as we deliver a message that's edifying onto self, so that I may service the Most High God. Let that edification come down upon me so plentiful and abundant that I may share that out with your wheat, Father. Yes, that they too may be edified and serve that edification up onto you. Let us unite, Father, over the principles that you will bring. Step forth, Father, and bring a message that helps give us clarity and peace, to help dissolve and calm some of this anxious energy that is being felt at this moment for whomever may be standing at the threshold of a whole new world, a whole new life, I say. Yes. It's a brand new day, I feel something big, something major, something magnificent, magnanimous, like it's on the way. It's coming, y'all. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I can feel it. Yes, feel it. But you feel it. But somebody just don't know what to do with it. And I feel that too. Do you know what to do with it? Father say no. Father say scribe, write it down. Get your notebook out. Get your journal out. Get your blue ink pen. You know, the color of water, the color of flow, so it can flow on into your life, into your physical manifestation, whatever it is that you're dreaming of, whatever that you're feeling. It may be just chaotic, a whole bunch of this and a whole bunch of that, just like maybe stuff from the past is still like in your mind and you're really not sure how to lay it down. I feel how to put it down, how to release it. Like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? I feel somebody really is questioning, what am I supposed to do with all of this, with this new space, this new life, this new opportunity? What do I do? So I figured we'd come on and pull some cards and see what the Father has to say. What kind of advice is going to be given, I say, for you and for anybody else that's going through it. All right. Where we want to get? Father is pulling this our world today to grow. And we have the book. We do somewhere on the table. We've been this around on travels. for about 2 weeks. So you guys have noticed that the messages have not been as frequent. You want this one? Have not been as frequent. This. And yeah, and it's just been a little bit, you know. So now you see we back in our normal spot, you know, for our studio filming. But we are excited. We are, whoa, obviously way too excited. There's a whole bunch of energy going on. It is. I told you, I feel it. I feel like the energy. Anything in this right here? Yes. The selfie. This card right here has been presenting itself. Yes, it has. It's somebody out there that's struggling with this type of energy. Anything else in here? Anything else in here? No. Anything at all? No. Yeah, I feel like something is going on with this selfie energy. I do. Like, do we have the book? What I instinctually feel off of this card, anything, no, anything. Let's slow down, get the energy under control. Yeah, throne. Ooh-wee. The throne card has got me feeling like emperor, empress type of energy. Father says yes. 3 yeses, I say. Father, are we sealed? Yes. Is there anything to distort this message? No. All blocked out? Yes. Thank you, Father. Thank you. I say. Let your will be done in this space. Yes. Definitely see a couple cards. We got the Miracle Chakra card. We have Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way on the Mooncology. We have Queen of Wands energy. Somebody that definitely is aware of self, and that will go right along with this your selfie energy. Could be, depending on how Queen of Wands is flowing. You know, they are definitely somebody that's into, you know, taking care of themselves, understanding their value, their worth, you know what I mean, in a positive type of energy. Somebody who is, you know, caring about their aesthetic, their fitness, you know, a lot of self-care. I feel like somebody who's well put together. And then you might be somebody that's in that energy of you know, either, I feel social, like social media, you know what I mean? And it always catches me on this card, her under boobage. And I don't know if it's just because of the graphic, but it's definitely like somebody who can use, you know, their physical attributes, you know, like this right here, combination of physical attributes to get, you know, what they want, or use it to their advantage. Or, you know, it could be somebody also that looks for validation outside of self, you know, somebody who seeks to have that type of attention, you know. But I really feel not just the attention getting, but somebody who uses that, their ability to get attention, to level up. And I don't know if this person is coming out of this energy, you know what I mean, understanding that it's so much more beneath the surface of this, you know what I mean. This Queen of Wands energy, like this person has so much more going on than just the physical attribute. And I feel like somebody is starting to come to that realization that it's more than, it's not just skin deep, basically. In short, it's not just skin deep. Is that right? Yeah. So somebody is definitely going through a transformation. We have to the sea in the wisdom oracle over here on the desk. So it's like somebody is leaning into faith, right? Or maybe you're struggling with faith. You know, how is all of this going to come together? These changes, I feel like you definitely are experiencing some changes in your life, in your attitude, in your demeanor. Again, understanding that things are more than just skin deep. Like it's deeper than just surface level. Wanting something deeper than just this superficial type of energy that you attract when you are in this frequency, right? It's people that come to you or attracted to you. I feel like when you're in this energy, like you're moving past this, like somebody is coming away from this, and as you come away from this type of energy and more to a fulsome here, like stepping into your throne, I feel like bringing in the other attributes of who would sit in this seat, if that makes sense. So if you are an energy that typically leans on your physical attribute, doesn't say that mean that you have to be a female. You could be masculine, but somebody who understands, how to use, their attributes, whether it's your schlick, your schlong, or, or your wallet, your bag, or your physical attractiveness, bro, because there's a lot of men that do that too, when you find, bro, you be like, shit, I can get, any one of these chicks I want to, and I ain't even got to say nothing. It's the gift of gab. It's the, just, how it go, but when you raise yourself up out of that level and realize that you're somebody who sits on the throne, like there's more to you to offer than just this. There's more to you than this, right? This is the more, and this is what you've been leaning on. But now you're realizing that you have a seat, like a whole throne. You may even be somebody who's empathic, right? I'm feeling an empathic healer. 33 is like a master teacher type of number, where you're not only a master teacher, but you're also a student, a student. And you may either need the help of someone else that's elder, like a mentor. And that's what I was feeling, like somebody that's on the cusp of a whole new life, a whole new threshold, a whole new different, a whole new type of energy. Like your energy has shifted away from this type of energy and more to here. Right. Understanding that you play a bigger role, that you have more power, that you have more attributes, and that what you've been leaning on is only surface deep, like skin deep, basically. Did I get that right? No. What is it? I feel chaos. Yeah. Like mental conflict. Yes. Mental conflict. Yes. Over what? Image, self, conflict over self-identity. Identity, yes. Not sure who you are. Yeah, not sure of who you are. Coming away from this right here, whatever you have previously identified as, and stepping into a whole different role, a whole different world, I feel, and struggling with faith. Not really for sure where this is going to go. When I see come to the edge, this person is not looking, right? They're not looking, and they're just kind of la la la, just like faithfully trusting that the universe is going to have them, right? That you can go all the way to the edge with this, that you can just be carefree, right? Be carefree and just throw caution to the wind, because you have faith that the universe has you, right? That you're going to be good. But I feel like in this scenario, it's in the reverse. Like you're coming away from things that were shallow, skin surface deep type of things, into something that's bigger, more stepping into your fullness, understanding that you have attributes that are very, very deep. And I feel master teacher, master student teacher type deep, right? And again, that's with that 33. So people who are life path 33 usually have like this teacher type of, or master type of mindset, or life path, I should say, if that makes sense. So you could be someone that is a master teacher. And I'm noticing that on this throne card, the 2 and the 5 break down to a 7. And that 7 could potentially be some sort of, it could be luck, or just like, you know, divine, I hear 777 type of thing. But I also get the slight feeling of like the 7 of swords, the challenging truth of what comes along with this seat. Right, the ability to go from something that's surface level to something very deep, something very significant, right? And I feel like somebody is struggling with that, how to redefine, again, self, now that things have been shaken up, things have been changed, that you've gotten a little bit deeper perspective of self and who you are. And maybe because of that learning energy with the empath, taking on experiences and connecting with other people, maybe you've been through something very hard, very challenging, and it has opened you up to some things about self that has made you go deeper. Yeah, that hit my kingdom for real. Something that made you go deeper to realize who you are. Something that took you past this energy of validation, I hear. Validation from others, right? And being able to truly see what's beneath your own skin. Like the emperor or empress that is within, that you don't need to sit in this energy to attract what it is that you want, right? This one, yeah, diet is here. I feel like somebody has gone on a spiritual, not just a physical diet, but a spiritual diet. Maybe this advice is also for someone who's not eating very well. I hear that, you know, if you are someone who is a master teacher, spirit, empathic kind of person, you want to watch your diet, drink plenty of water. Spirit is reminding me, yes, to drink more water, to eat more fruits and vegetables, fresh, live foods. I'm hearing it will help strengthen you, and it will help I hear cleanse your energy so that you can reconnect. I feel like, again, that somebody is very empathic and you have taken on energies that don't necessarily belong to you, and it could have been through the process of seeking validation, right? And now understanding that it's something so much deeper to you, something much more significant to you. And during this time, the spirit is, I hear, rest, hydration, and live foods. So things that are very, very fresh, fruits, vegetables. I'm hearing shy away from flesh, so I'm not for sure if you are vegetarian, pescatarian, just a carnivore in general, but maybe, you know, it could be good and beneficial for you to not just go on a fast, but just kind of pull back and eat some live type foods, things that are green, leafy, vegetables, vegetables, you know, fruits, stuff like that. So that's what I hear. The big chop. Yeah. That's what I feel. I told you I felt transformation. Somebody went through a very, very big transformation. Something like cutting out a lot of stuff. You know how this is, especially us ladies. Could be bros too. I don't know how y'all do it, but it's definitely significant for women when we go through something very stressful or high stress, traumatic type of experience. A really big change in life, and your emotions are impacted, the stress, trauma, things like that. We have a tendency to just be like, shh, you know, cut it off, you know, go in there and just, I don't care what you, I feel like old girl from, what's that, Waiting to Exhale, Angela Bassett character, when she was like, I don't care, Bernie, you didn't get this shit, if you don't fucking cut it, I'm gonna cut it off, you know, like how she went through that, and she went from hair down to here, and then just chopped it off, and I can hear Bernie saying, I can't believe you doing this, no, what is her friend name, Gloria was, and Bernie was Angela Bassett, and she was telling, Gloria was telling Angie, like, I can't believe you doing this. I've been growing your hair. I've been your petition for 11 years, and I've been growing your hair out, and you finna cut off all of this. She was like, I don't give a shit. Give me the shit. I'll just chop it off. You know what I'm trying to say. Anywho, that's how I feel. Like somebody went through a huge transformation. And you know, after, Bernie got all that hair cut off, they went to the club and she was sitting up there, she was like, ooh, 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 you know, and just doing her thing. But it was about to her redefining self after this major event, this major change that had took place in her life. And I'm not suggesting that anybody go out there and chop off all their hair, but it may be something that you need to do to cleanse yourself again of that energy that I feel like is stuck to you. Having gone through something pretty big, pretty major, pretty traumatic. And we saw this empath card sitting here, right, the 33, mastering some things, being a student of other things. And I feel like a part of your learning is this: how to sit in this throne. Okay, y'all, go with your girl. I just got a total flash of Shrek and Fiona, part 2. Not when they were coming together, but when, you know, was it part 2 or part 3? Either way, it was the one where the parents that like needed Shrek and Fiona to step in, and Shrek had no idea what he was doing. Like, we gotta wear this, and we gotta do what, and we gotta, and I'm all in this, like, and he was flipping out because it took him so far out of his element. He was not only learning more things about himself, that he wasn't just this grumpy ogre on the surface, but he was something so much bigger, so had so much depth to him at the same time, and that he could reach into that. I think that they maybe even ended up pregnant, or he ended up having to connect with the kid, you know, little Artie that got the king's sword out of the rock, whoever, you know, just go with your girl. The circumstances led Shrek to open up more things about himself. He ended up learning that he was meant for more. The path that he was on was taking him into something way more significant. Not to say that y'all like Shrek and Fiona out here, I don't know, you know, and I'm just saying, like, it just feels like somebody is not only learning about themselves, having gone through a really heavy situation, coming out of that, things that had to be cut away from them, or just very transformational right now. And in this transformation, again, who am I? What do I do now? Like, how do I redefine myself? How do I see myself? All of this is just fresh and new. Like, again, I feel like somebody just stepped into a whole new world, and they're really not for sure what to do now that you've cut this type of imagery out, like that type of identification. Again, Father say eating is a part of it. Sometimes when people get stressed, they don't eat. You know, I'm a person like that. If I get really stressed, I can do one of two things. I can either overeat, but generally, when I'm really, really stressed, I don't eat. I don't eat, or I don't eat well. Like, I'll wait to eat, and by the time I'm ready to eat, it's, you know, I'm just picking up some trash, you know, just to put something in my stomach. And it's really just not the things that are good for me, like fresh fruits and fresh veggies, something that's going to help me stay grounded, feed the body, give me the nourishments, the minerals. I hear trace minerals, that somebody is missing some trace minerals like nickel, copper, iron, you know, potassium, magnesium, things like that. Like you need live foods. Maybe even, I don't recommend just, you know, anything. So it's up to you. If you decide to go get some multivitamins or something, Centrum Complete, I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, something that's going to help put some nourishment back into your body. I feel somebody that's very depleted, coming out of this last cycle. Again, the big chop, like you had a lot of stuff not only cut away from you physically, mentally, emotionally, like just chopped. And as you are going through this process, it's going to require you to redefine self. And as you redefine self and redefine your identity, you got to keep up your energy. 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 Mm, mm, ener- mm, mm. Father, going back in here. Our world today. I love these. I love the little key on the back. Large key. Like, in the way that it's sitting with the imagery, it almost feels like the universe is the key. Right? With the brightest light being right on the tip of the card. I don't know why it just said something to me. We have the scholar. The scholar. Somebody that's learning, I feel. Again, that's that learning type of energy. Yeah. Somebody who may have been wearing a mask. Or maybe you were dealing with someone who was wearing a mask. We have been reading. You want this one? Transformation is here, though. I definitely feel like somebody is transforming. They are coming away from who they used to be, or growing from one stage into the next stage, especially with this huge butterfly. And we got the sunlight here with something. Yeah, I mean, like, just the imagery off of it, right? Of course, the sunlight means happiness. It means enlightenment, right? And we see this 100K right here. That's really capturing me, the 100K. And I'm coupling that with this miracle card. So I'm not really for sure if what did you just come into? What did you just step into? What could be on the horizon for you? We have despondence speaking in the spirit here. Somebody who's talking in the spirit, you know, and recovery is also here. So it could be something going on with that type of energy. Whatever you've been discussing, you want me to leave that right there, okay? Because I couldn't even pick it up, like, to what? Maybe the spirit is removing the mask. Or maybe the spirit removed the mask off of someone else. Yeah. I see a 1 and a 3 on her shirt. That leads me to a 4, which is like stability, you know, security. I feel I also feel the 9 of the card too. So again, that's like completion of another level, like being at the top of a level. Or it could be anxiety, you know, anxiety about the mask coming off, anxiety, insecurity about the mask, or hiding behind the mask, hiding behind the mask. This was the mask. That was the mask. The physical attribute was the mask. Yeah. And I feel like Spirit is opening you up, showing you new things, teaching you some new things. Not only just teaching you about who you are, but how to care for self. Like, what are you eating? You are what you eat. And now it's also feeling like not even just food, like physical food, but what you consume in general. Like, what is your dietary consumption? Not only the rate of consumption, but the what, you know. What kind of entertainment, right? What kind of, well, we said entertainment, so that would be media. What kind of music, you know? What, again, the food, what kind of beverage, like everything. What are you consuming? I hear creation, experiencing creation, but what are you choosing to experience? And I feel like that's changing for you. Something is being illuminated to you. Again, with that sunlight, something, it could have been this, right? I told you I felt like somebody having gone through a very big situation. And we see the mask now with the selfie. Somebody who uses attributes to get what they want, right? We talked about that. And we see the karmic and we see the mask. And these two right here, ooh, baby. Well, these three right here is like, I feel like the spirit is revealing to you, or has revealed onto you, this karmatic situation. Like having come out of it. And I feel like maybe that's what the big chop is about. You know, you come out of a karmatic situation and you come out transformed. Especially if you hold on to self, right? If you hold on to you and you hold on to your heart and you hold on to your light, you definitely will be transformed. Your level of discernment is going to be way different. You're going to be in a learning situation, like studying, like what am I, not only what are you consuming, like what has drawn this to me? You know, how did I end up here? How do I go on? How do I go forward? And that's a really big thing, especially for a karmatic situation, because it's teaching you about self. And it's usually something that you have to let go, you have to cut out, and you have to release. And it's such an impactful situation that it could lead to a big chop. I mean, when I talk, I just was saying I felt like consuming of everything, like not whatever it is that you're consuming, like media, music, and the whole nine, food, all of it. And when I look at this, I see Facebook in reverse. I see Fox. I see, of course, the Clippers, but it's like cutting out all of this other stuff. And I didn't notice that before. They look like, you know, icons from different major. Don't look at my nails. We got to redo that since we back from travel. But yeah, like you cut out a lot of stuff, just a lot of stuff, you know, and figuring out how to go all the way with this thing. We got the mask and come to the edge, both having the 36. You know, and that's, to me, is like all the way, like somebody was masked up. You know, like maybe they mask was on heavy, and maybe they wanted you to be risky. You know what I mean? And maybe you were out there living on the edge with this person, like all the way to the edge of self, to the point where you don't even recognize you anymore, and or recognize how you got there, or why did I take so many risks? How did I get all the way out here just carelessly, right? How did I do that? Just floating, not paying attention, not looking. Yeah, this card speaks to faith, not paying attention, not looking. But I feel like she's also not discerning. Is she discerning? No. Yeah, I feel like maybe you weren't discerning. Like what you allowed to come in, what you would consume. And for some reason, the way that this banana is kind of, you know, I mean, you couple that with this type of energy, and maybe somebody just really thought they had, you know, and had you over a barrel because it was maybe lustful. Queen of Wands, that could be a lustful type of energy. And maybe lust was a big part of this karmatic situation, and you having to walk away from it. You had to cut some stuff out with a big chop and transform yourself right here and say, you know what, whatever this was tied to that I'm cutting out is allowing me to grow from this right here to here and really expand myself, right? Get past some of these other issues and transform and transmute them so that I can grow myself up. In order to do that, maybe you had to release a mask or somebody that was wearing a mask. And if somebody was wearing a mask, that's definitely this right here. That karmic. That karmic. 3 and 9 is 12, which breaks down to a 3, which could be working with other people, collaboration. It could be 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak, you know, somebody leading to that. And whatever you spoke about in the spirit, I hear, yeah, somebody speaking in the spirit to help remove this, to identify what it is so that you can learn with the scholar, so that you can learn how to transform yourself and come away from, to cut out this situation, to cut it out. Now we have a term for karmics who wear masks. We do. Because somebody was feeling like they was on that boss energy, or you coming into your boss energy, Yeah, because when I told you I felt that throne, that somebody was realizing that their position is bigger than what you originally thought. Maybe you were only leaning on to, you know, your aesthetics, the fact that you look good, that you the man, you know what I mean? Far as I got the bag, I got the money, kind of, or I'm just handsome, or I'm just pretty, you know, all of this right here. But your spirit significance is much bigger than that with the throne, much bigger. And maybe that's what this karmic relationship came to teach you, that it's not just surface level, it's not just skin deep. Is that right? No. Yes or no? No. What's Source says they needed to learn how to love self. You had to learn how to love self. I feel here. Like maybe the focused attention was on other things. These types of things. Things that get attention, I feel. Or again, what you could use to call in whatever it is that you wanted. You know, that was the tool that you would use. Right. I hear using the wine, not just, you know, as a, yes, like a sexual tool. Like you know how to use that in order to get what you want. But for you to level up the boss and see, here it is, that 4 with the 22. I feel like coming into a whole new state of stability. You know, a whole nother state of security. Something that's deeper, 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 deeper. Spirit. Something that's deeper. And I always look at this honey face, how she just looks so mad and so upset at what the spirit is doing. Because I think the spirit was removing this. You know, not only removing the mask and exposing this karmic in this relationship for what it was, but also helping you to learn and transform self. Helping you to learn with this scholar. You see the 10. We've been talking about the 9, getting to the highest height in that current cycle. And here's the 10, right? In my opinion, that's 1. Ground level, starting all over again, learning who you are now. Look at this with the 1. Learning who you are now, being transformed into a whole different energy. And then there's the 4 again. I didn't even notice that on this card with the 4 for, you know, the big chop, the change, coming into stability, awareness, discerning what to let go, what's good for me, what's not good for me, coming back into a place of security. Who am I now? I have been remade. Who am I now? My whole new self-identity is different. How do I redefine me now? Yes. Spirit said, how do you redefine you now? big chop to big boss energy. That's that throne energy. Don't know if anybody is going to have some kids. We saw parenthood, no. But I just feel like it's really taking care of yourself in a whole different way. A way that you haven't done before quite. Like this whole karmic relationship, the mask being removed. Not only mask from you, but really the spirit showing and revealing to you who they were and why this had to happen. Why did it have to happen? What, this, the Uranian. We have Sapio, creative, spiritual, mindful, truthful, free, enlightened. Maybe you're somebody that feel like an alien. I don't know. But I definitely see, am drawn to the words truthful, free, and enlightened. And we spoke about, having some enlightenment on who you are. More than just skin deep, right? Somebody that is the depth of you is just now being, like I hear scratching the surface, right? Like you've been living on the surface of your attributes for a very long time, and you can see what that has gotten you, and you've chopped some things away. You're being transformed, a whole new identity. But I feel like with this card, the enlightenment is challenging because you have to figure out who you are and understand your new identity in this space. What did I say? Your new title. The title. How do you identify now? Now that everything has been chopped right here, now that this situation has come apart, it's been chopped out, you understanding that you got big boss energy. But what do I do with it? Who am I? Where is this going? What happens now? These are all questions that I just hear ringing in my head. What happens now? What do I do? It's like getting let into a room with all of this stuff, and you have no idea what you can touch, what you can play with, what you just confusion, almost like choice overload. Like, what do I do with all of this energy? Anything else, Father? No. Did we get it? Más o menos. I really do feel like somebody is moving away from like a superficial viewpoint of self and starting to learn more about the depths of who you are, like and why you are. And I feel like somebody has just gone through a really tough situation that has they've had to release, and that situation came to teach you about self. I almost wanted to say treat you, but it's almost, I feel like how you treat yourself, though. Again, with the diet card, in terms of what are you taking in? What are you consuming? What are you consuming? Not just food, but all types of consummation, whether it was, other people's energy, taking on other people's energy. Again, it could be diet, it could be, media, music. I hear traditions, all kinds of things. Like, what are you taking in? Like, what is your overall diet? What are you eating on a daily? Because we talk about the fact that, well, one of the things that's discussed, in theology is the fact that we cannot live by bread alone. We can't. But we live by every word that proceeds out of the source's mouth, right? And considering that the source itself made everything, called everything by its infinite intelligence, moving on the breath of life. Everything in creation has a word. And to consider how all of these things have come together, and really chew on that, I feel, and to see the big picture. may help you define or redefine who you are. Like, how did all of those things you've gone through, that you've taken in and taken into self, whether it's experience, all of these experiences, right, and learnings that you've undertaken, how has that changed you? What do you need to continue to digest? It could be bringing you towards your soul tribe, you know. Maybe people will start to appear into your life to help you, you know, along this journey. I feel like somebody has been put into a whole different place. Like, you are no longer where you once were. You once was. Am I saying that right? You are no longer where you once were, but you're not really for sure of where to go from here. I hear, where do we go from here? I told you somebody was on it. The flexor. You know, the flexor. That's somebody who understands that they can get what they want either by the material or their physical attributes. But I feel like somebody is coming away from that, you know, and they're understanding that they have something deeper, more significant, and to really, and what that attracts, you know, because being a flexor, the selfie type of image that, you know, everything, I can get everything by my physical attributes, you'll mess around and call somebody that's on that same level with that's just as strategic. Is that the word? No. I hear scheming. You can call somebody into, call somebody to your energy field that's going to do the same thing that you do. It may not be in the same way that you do it, but they definitely will do it. And we can't control the how. And I feel like a part of that learning that you're going through to transmute this energy and really show you what that energy does, it's a part of that. Anything else in here? No. But we got elder, which, as I said, you may be looking for a mentor, somebody to help you redefine who you are now. You know, somebody to help you along this path, along the journey, as I feel. And then the bag. Somebody was used to using a certain type of energy to secure the bag. And when you are in that energy, you will call in other energies who are also looking to secure the bag. Or for you to meet certain requirements because they are filling up your bag. They are putting things in your bag. So again, what were you consuming? What were you eating? And what was the requirement of you to eat? I go back to waiting to exhale. You know, one thing that she was fussing about is how she had been everything. But look how well she lived, right? Not to say anything against character, because they really didn't talk about all that part. But she was the mother, she was the secretary, she was, you know, the face at the parties, the trophy, right? The trophy wife. And got left by somebody else who probably now fits the look. For who? Are you being redefined? Are you trying to figure out who you are now that you're on the other side of it, that it's been revealed, that the mask has been ripped off? I hear return to sender, like the spirit ripped it away. Return to sender, because you have a bigger, more significant role to play. Yeah, that throne is there. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe we saw that card that says creativity, enlightenment. Spirit says yes. So, and you had to, what, look, didn't I say somebody had a bigger part to play, that you come away from this right here because you have a bigger role to play. Somebody who is truly coming to their emperor or empress type of energy, away from this right here, away from the flexor, away from maybe risky type of behavior, having learned to pay attention, even though you're faithful and you have faith. But I feel like there was something risky, like not paying attention, not discerning. I see all of these red flowers and it makes me feel like red flags. Like you're not even looking, like you weren't even looking. And you were just so enthralled in what you were doing and maybe like, oh, you know, and just threw caution to the wind, but it wasn't real. And their mask, your mask, has been ripped off. And now, since the big chop the mask off, chop away all the nonsense, all the things that are no longer good for you, for self, right? It's who am I now? Well, this is the energy, truly. And I think that you are learning it. Maybe you got some other things that you need to put down so that you can get clear, like clarity on that, and come together with yourself. Maybe your true mate will come in after you get clear, but I always on the soulmate, the first soulmate is self, you and your spirit self. You and your spirit self coming together with your highest self. That transformation card. We saw the little self and the big self coming together. The healing, the soulmate coming together. Doing it in the spirit, right? And again, I still feel this. Don't let your pride hold you back. Don't let your pride get in the way, because you could be blocking your miracles. You really could. Because this is your energy. There's more. So, you feel like, you know, who am I now? Start to journal. Journal. Write out your feelings. Write out your emotions, right? And you could even do pros and cons. I hear that. But just to see what you've learned, you know. Maybe it's time for you to step into something new, you know, maybe create something new with that artistry card, you know. Again, prayer. I'm splitting on prayer. Releasing guilt. Guilt is here because, of course, there's decisions that's in it. Look what fell right back out. Despondence. Seeking help from the spirit. With that prayer, that's definitely affirmation to seek help in the spirit. Joy. Maybe get in touch with your spirit of joy. I feel like this new cycle is going to be joyous for you, but you just have to figure out, who am I? Yeah, figure out who am I. I feel that. What did I say? Figure out who am I. Self-discovery. Yes. That's the road ahead. The road ahead. That is the road ahead. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Yes. Source says to be free. To free yourself. Free your mind. Open yourself up to the possibilities of a whole new life. A whole new journey. A whole new perspective. A whole new position. Never know what that's going to bring you. Thank you guys so much for sitting with me. on the Tears and We Tarot show with your girl Lottie, your favorite channel messenger. We just gonna keep claiming it. You know how we do. Yes, 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 yes. Favorite channel messenger. Because you know what this is. It's like a whole box of chocolates. You just never know what you're gonna get. All I know is I had to get this energy out because I didn't know what was going on. What was it all about? Had to get it out. Yes. And I feel like somebody is feeling like that too. Again, antsy, want to get it out, trying to figure it out. Figure it out. Where do I go now that I've been released? It's a whole new show. It's a whole new ball game. And I feel like the spirit is getting ready to change your title. Change your name. To the next now on Tears and We Tarot show. Know this. I love you. Ashe.